Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Olivia and this is my channel where I love to talk about all things nail polish. Y'all, I'm so excited because we're starting a new series on this channel right now. Y'all know me, I love like catchy pun names. This one isn't technically a pun, but whatever. It's called Down to the Last Drop. So let me tell you all about this. I've mentioned on this channel before that I'm someone who actually does tend to go through my backups and use them quite regularly. Like right now, I want to say I have like 23 or 25 polishes I'm using. That the polish I'm using is the backup of it. And in some ways, I'm very much a creature of habit, you know? So I thought about those, but then I also was like, for a couple of my polishes, I'm starting to get to the point where I'm not just seeing a noticeable fill line, but like I am actually, it's hard to kind of see here, but like there's not a whole lot left in some of these, which is good because it means that I'm using my polishes. But these are some polishes that I don't have a backup of for whatever reason. Perhaps it was like, oh, I got it and I thought I'm using this a lot, obviously, but the question is, why don't I have a backup? Do I need a backup? So the structure for each video in this Down to the Last Drop series is going to start with a few polishes that fall into the category of me getting down to just about the bottom, as the name of the series implies. And I'm going to talk about what I like about that polish as I swatch it out. I'm also going to, as I prepare for each of these videos, I will have pulled out from my collection also any other similar polishes that might be dupes of them. So it could be the case that maybe why I don't need to repurchase it again, or I don't know if I want to or not. If I already have something else in my collection that's close enough, you know, I can use that instead of needing to buy this one again. And yeah, that's going to be the first part. And then the second part of each of these videos will be where I showcase probably two, so I can spread them out over some videos, two polishes from my group of polishes that I am actively using a backup of. And as I swatch those out, I'll talk about them and explain why do I enjoy this polish so much that I have a backup of it. And also what is a way that I like to style it, or like how do I like to, y'all know how much I love layering polishes, so like how do I like to layer it with other ones. I am really excited about this because, you know, it means that I really am using the stuff that I buy. And I will say that I'm not someone who gives a whole lot of structure necessarily around me using up polishes. I know there are many people out there who do like to track their progress with it. For me personally, it's more of like, oh, if I see that a polish is getting kind of down to the bottom, it kind of feels good when I get to the point of being like, bye, Felicia, just kind of be like done with it. So then I can, that frees up some space for me to slot in something that I haven't tried yet and keep going from there. So as you all are watching this video and the other ones that I will be making in this series, I encourage you to take the same kind of look at the polishes in your collection that might be getting down to the last drop, and ask yourself, would you buy those again? Did you kind of dupe yourself with some others? And for the ones that you are using backups of, why do you love them so much? And that sounded really accusatory, but y'all know what I'm saying. Anyway, okay. Let's get rolling. As always, I'd like to begin by showing y'all what's on my nails today. As you saw in the intro, I had this kind of like orange and teal vibe going on today. And yeah, I felt like being a little sparkly too, because you know, it's me. And I started with Hollow Taco's David's Teal, which is a really nice teal cream. It's, you know, it's a little disappointing that this isn't part of Hollow Taco's permanent catalog because it really has such a fantastic formula and color. And so in order to then make this align even more with my orange cardigan today, I put on a coat of this custom glitter topper that I made sometime last year. It's basically gold hollow mixed in with these like larger orange hex glitters. And what I like about this and the way that it looks on the nail is that you get just this, you get the sparkle, but you also get, as you can see, the like diversity of shape sizes. So like this nail has like that one really big one there, but then you also have like some smaller ones there. And yeah, each nail's a little different in how much glitter they got. But yeah, I figured, well, I'm wearing an orange cardigan, so let me pull out an orange glitter. And yeah, I really love this color combination, especially because I'm a Swiftie. But yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about the polishes that I'm almost out of. Up first is ILNP's Playlist. This is one of the first polishes that I ever bought from ILNP. I'm gonna tell a story as I start swatching this out a bit. So I've told this story a little bit before, but I started doing my nails, or started using nail polish period, a couple years ago in the summer of 2024, and that was I remember hearing about ILNP, and I think so I was looking through my email receipt history, and this is something I actually wasn't planning on doing until I just sat down here, but I looked through my receipt history, and turns out I bought this one from Amazon before I realized I could buy on the ILNP website and get like rewards points. So I bought this in June of 2024, one of the very first nail polishes. Actually one of the first I ever bought from ILNP, period, but also one of the first that I ever bought just overall. Now this one, I would say it's like a tennis ball yellowish neon green. It's kind of in that in-between area, you know? I definitely think that, as many neons tend to do, this has faded a bit since I first got it, and that's another reason why I'm like, you know what, let me just kind of use it up. But here are some other options that I have that may be what I can use once Playlist, or use more of once Playlist is gone. So this is Color Club Yellow, and you can see it's a very vibrant one. I got y'all, that is going to be hard to say. I got yellow a lot more recently, so it's still very vibrant. But if I remember correctly, as much as I love the color of this, I don't remember loving the formula a whole lot. So let's see. Yeah, okay. The first coat, not bad. It feels a little bit more watery and somewhat runny than Playlist, and it kind of a little streaky too. Like, you see how I can see, like especially on the side there, yeah. So yellow might not be the main successor, but if anything, I think it's going to be Cirque's Electric Daisy. And let me do a bottle comparison down here and put the caps on so we can see. And once again, my Playlist now is not at all as vibrant as it once was when I first bought it, but these are all kind of in that same color family, I would say, compared to something like, I'm literally pulling this from my using a back of pile, Crack Polishes Ooze. So this is a different kind of green there. Just want to show that as a difference. Yeah, once I got to kind of like the halfway point, I'm like, I'm struggling to get the rest out of this here. So yeah, let's go back and start swatching out Electric Daisy. I think that lately, as whenever I've wanted to wear this kind of color, I've been reaching for Electric Daisy for sure. I last week when I was at the Hilary Duff concert, I knew I wanted to wear some like neon lime like this, and yeah, it was Electric Daisy that I went with. And it was really cool because then towards the end of the concert, there was like black lights that came on and my nails were just glowing. It was like super cool. Yeah, so this is one coat for all of these so far. And I'll tell you, for Electric Daisy, I've got multiple backups of this just because I love the color so much. And just look at it against my skin. You can see how like Electric Daisy, most vibrant, yellow, I mean, it's okay, but that formula it's not the best. And then Playlist, it's still okay, but it's not like that, you know? So yeah, so let's go back and do a second coat of Playlist. Yeah, this is such a Playlist has been very good to me over these years. Why am I getting all emotional and stuff? You know, it's I think it's a good thing when you use up a polish so much that it starts to nearly run out. I think you will always have all the memories that you had with that polish, and hopefully photos, videos, whatever you do. And yeah, so this is Playlist has a really good formula, and I think for this bottle to be over 2 years old now, that's still a decent color for how vibrant it still is. Now, Yellow. This one, I really, when I got this, I had high hopes because y'all know I love Color Club's creams so much, but I wonder if it's something to do with it. I also don't know what that little thing is on the side. I'm just going to paint over it. I don't know if it has something to do with this being like a yellow, which, you know, yellows can always have be tricky when it comes to formulas, or if it's a neon, but I like the color of it, but it just ain't. Yeah. So, you know, I'm going to do another experiment here. I am going to, let's see, a good way, I'm going to see if a way that I could potentially use up my last bit of Playlist, not like right now, but like however long the rest of this bottle will last me. I'm going to put down a coat of this here, and then once this dries, I'm gonna see how it looks if I put a coat of yellow on top of it. But even then, like, you see how kind of patchy yellow is right here? It's just, it looks like slime, like not, it has the consistency of slime, which is, you know, if you're going for a Halloween look, that can be a vibe, but and compared to like Electric Daisy that just goes on like butter. Ugh, that's such a nice formula to work with. Yeah. I can already tell Electric Daisy is going to be the chosen successor, but I want to see if Yellow can redeem itself, and let's see how it looks over one coat of Playlist. So I'm hoping that the Playlist giving it a somewhat decent foundation will make this not so bad. I mean, and y'all, you know what? Sometimes though, sometimes you just can't, like, a bad formula is just going to be a bad formula. And yeah, that's rough. I can still see the streakiness even through that one coat of yellow underneath. I think this is, I hate to say it, but like it's been a while since I've reached for yellow, and I'm probably gonna add it to my, like, not my destash pile, like the ones that I put up for resale, but like I have another pile of like creams that I know would probably be difficult to resell, and at some point gonna see locally where I can donate those to. So yeah, yellow, you know, you weren't for me, but you hopefully will be for somebody else. And as for playlist, I think that considering that I have I'm enjoying Electric Daisy, and I've already got multiple backups of this will be what I use once I'm all done with playlist. But yeah, let's go on to let's see. I'm probably gonna put top coat on these swatches that I've done here. I'm not gonna, this isn't a video where I'm gonna be showing anything in other lighting, but just so that I don't end up like smudging my hands and stuff, because y'all know how I do sometimes. Okay, so on to the next one. Our next polish is also from ILNP. This one is Bitten. Chomp. This one, when I looked up my purchasing history for it, I bought it actually, I think like either the same day as playlist or like the next day, but from ILNP, because I realized like, oh, I can just buy it from there. So yeah, this is one that's like a dark like burgundy red with these like gold shifty flakes in there, and yeah, it's getting pretty low. Now Bitten is an interesting one for me because y'all know me. I'm the queen of vampy reds. Like I just love vampy reds and will wear them just as a palette. Like they are my palette cleanser. They are just my go-to. They are just my everything. However, Bitten has never really been one of my favorites in that regard, and I've never been able to figure out quite why. I think part of it is that, as you can see here, it's in a jelly base, so it if I were to just like wear this on my nail, it wouldn't build up to full opacity, especially for me, someone who wants like full opacity. So the reason I've swatched out a swatch of black is to show you how I typically wear it, which is over black. So so yeah, this is what I'm definitely on the fence about. Like, I think I like it. I mean, clearly I like it because y'all, I've almost used up the whole bottle, but I also am just like, you know, it's not my favorite. And let's see. I mean, okay. Perhaps it's because it's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna do another experiment as I'm talking here. Like when you look at Bitten from the bottle on the outside, to me it reads as red, right? So it's like you see it, you think, ooh, this is red, I want red, let's go. But then whenever I put it on, it doesn't read as red to me. It reads as more of like a purplish leaning color. It's kind of like it would be like, you know, y'all remember Crystal Pepsi back in the day? Like imagine you know, someone gives you what you think is water, but turns out it's Crystal Pepsi. It wasn't the best analogy, but hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. I like the idea of it. I think it is a very like vampy fall polish, but I think maybe it's that because this was one of my first vampy nail polishes that I bought, I was like, ooh, this is vampy. But then after that, my vampy journey continued, and y'all, you've seen some of the polishes I've got in my collection. Like, to me, Bitten just isn't as vampy as nearly most everything else that I've got. That I've got a lot of other things that would really compare to this and be more vampy in the way that I want it to be, which is more of like a deep blood red. Now for this one, I am going to put a second coat of it on here, which can sometimes help with it. And one good thing I will say about this is that these flakes do lay down very flat, which is good. You know, you've got flakes in here and you get the appearance of flakes, but you don't have to deal with, you see, like there's nothing sticking up. That's nice. I'm gonna do a coat over here on the right. And what I think I might want to do with this one is 2 coats of Bitten over black, and then I've got a couple of red jellies over here. I've got the one on, so both of these are from Starly. The one on the left is Flame Jelly. The one on the right is Blood Belly Jelly, and you can see the difference there with Blood Belly on the right being deeper, darker. So that's going to be the one that I go with. I think I'm going to put that second coat over this one on the right now, because it doesn't take too long for that to dry. Yeah, I like the idea of this, but it's been a very long time since I've reached for this polish and worn it. And yeah, this is definitely one that helped me to discover my love of dark red polishes. But then once I saw how dark I could go with them, this just wasn't cutting it for me anymore, unfortunately. So you can see how this builds up in 3 coats on its own, 2 coats here over black, same here as well. So I think, wait, I did put 2 coats on that. Yes. So then I think I'm going to keep this one on the right as like the reference point for what this was before. And oh, okay, so let me think about this, because I was just using Blood Belly Jelly in a video. By the way, sorry if you hear my neighbor's dog barking. Even with my microphone that I wear as I'm recording over here at my desk, I think you can probably still hear the barking, and I'm so sorry about that. I'll try to edit it out if I can. Yeah, Blood Belly Jelly is very pigmented, and so you put this over top of anything and you're not going to see any kind of underlying color. So it's not really going to show me, it's just going to be like complete red and not give me any kind of reference to any of these underlying colors here. So what I might actually do is see how it would go if I've got a couple of options. I've got Cirque's charcoal jelly, which I've been having some fun with lately, and also Blank Beauty's charcoal custard, which is like a sepia tone black jelly. My gut is telling me, you know what, let's just do both, because I know what both of these look like here. Let's start with charcoal jelly and see. And by the way, in case I didn't make it clear what I'm doing here, this is like a way for me to be like, okay, this is a polish that I've used a lot, and I've liked it because I've used up so much of it, but I'm trying to find a way to really get the most out of my remaining use of it so that I can enjoy it or find a way to rediscover the love that I once had for it. So this is how this looks with charcoal. I'm trying to even this out a bit with charcoal jelly. That's not bad. Okay. Then it gives it kind of like a mysterious dusty look. Okay. This is going to the club, y'all. This is a vampire that was that got lost in the fog on its way to the club. It's like it was trying to get to the club, but then, oh no, a low-hanging cloud. Yes. That is the vibe. But I do want to try charcoal custard as well, because this is gonna possibly be a different, I mean, I know it's gonna be a different look, but is it gonna be a look? You know, like, I know that I want this to be deeper, darker somehow, but ooh, wait a minute. Okay, hold up. See, that sometimes, y'all, that is all it takes to make a polish be what you want it to be. Yo, okay, that is cute now. That's also okay. I mean, I'm not mad at that either for like a different kind of like on a cloudy fall day. I could totally see myself doing that. I mean, earlier today I was wearing a manicure that had, this gray jelly, but over a different flaky. What? Okay. Do you see how much my mood has shifted here? Like 2 seconds ago, I was saying, Bitten, she done bitten the dust. But now I just put charcoal custard over this and suddenly, ooh, okay. So so now I feel very happy because I have come up with a fantastic combination that I can use to get some great use out of my remaining amount of Bitten. However, would I buy this one again? Honestly, I think my answer is no. Not that it isn't a beautiful polish, but I think that, let me pull out another one real quick. I feel that if I want to get a similar kind of, purplish, vampy look that's, ILNP considers to be in the red category, this one right here is Sabrina. And yeah, it doesn't have flakes, but it's in the same kind of color family as you can see here. So yeah, okay, sorry. I was not planning on doing one more experiment, but y'all, I have to. Okay, so I'm going to do one last thing here. We are going to layer out one coat of this. I'm going to make this quick, but I'm going to layer out one coat of Sabrina. And as you can see from even just one coat, it is very similar to the color of Bitten over on the left. Now, it's different though. Sabrina has more shimmer and no flakes. Bitten doesn't really have a whole lot of shimmer like that, but it does have flakes. And so what I think I want to try to do is see if I can recreate Bitten for times when I might, like, let's say once my bottle of Bitten is all gone, but then I'm like, oh no, I really wish I could do Bitten again, right? Here is Spectrum Cosmetics Firefly from Hell, which is a really lovely orangish flake topper. And I'm thinking that if I do like a jelly sandwich here, ideally, once this is all done, this is going to be the same as that. That one right there. Okay, let's see. This is why I love just like playing with nail polish. I just having so much fun. And I hope this experiment works. But also too, that is a really nice combination. Last night before I went to bed, I was having some fun and I started planning out some combinations for my next 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I've got my next 5 manicures lined up over on the side. So this is my first time kind of like planning in advance, and it's not to say like, oh, these are the next 5 that I absolutely have to wear, but more so if I have a day where I'm just like, okay, I don't know what I want to wear. Here are a few combinations I've pre-planned out that I could just put on and have that joy of doing my nails with a combination that I know I'm going to like. But if it's a day where if I'm not necessarily in the right headspace to try to be creative. Okay. I mean, no, it's, nah. I think the formula of Sabrina is one that that doesn't really like jive well with those flakes sandwiched in there. So, and that's okay. I think that I'm going to enjoy getting the little last wearing Bitten in this way here with charcoal custard as the way to send it off. And I'm not going to buy it again. It's thankfully though, ILNP very rarely retires polishes, especially some of the ones like Bitten, which I believe is pretty popular for them. So yeah, so let's go on to the next one. This next one is from Sally Hansen Insta-Dri, called ASAP Apple. Look at how low that fill line is. This one holds a very special place in my heart because it's one of the first polishes that I bought, like ever. I bought this one in person at a local store. I was out shopping, getting groceries, and that was when I decided, okay, like I can't keep having my fingernails be stained from like every time I wash my hair, and this is just not good for me, so I need to do something about this. And I went to the store and I bought this one along with two others from Sally Hansen Insta-Dri. It was a yellow one and a blue one. So for a while I was walking around with my nails looking like I was representing the flag of Romania, and it was such a great vibe. So I also at the time though had no idea about technique or anything like that. So but I have come so far since then. This one is, you know, very bright, vibrant red, and the Insta-Dri formula has been a really good one for me overall. Surprisingly though, I don't have many, if anything else in my collection that I think is a direct dupe of this. Now, one that I thought, when I just like thought about this polish that I'm about to show you, I thought was a dupe. Turns out it's not. This is Cracked Calabrian Pepper, which has more of a like berry leaning red to it in some ways, which I normally don't think about when I just think about Calabrian pepper on its own. But suddenly when I put it back, when I put it next to ASAP Apple, it's like, oh, that's different. So let me swatch out this and show y'all what I mean. Yeah, I never noticed that. There's also, at one point I had tried OPI's Big Apple Red. For some reason, that one like just chipped so easily on me, and the formula just did not agree with me, which was really disappointing because I'm like, this is, you know, I want to like you, but why not? So some other options I've got. I picked up these next two on my most recent trip to London, and I was like hanging out in the airport doing some shopping. I'm like, oh yeah, let's see what kind of nail polish they've got. And this is from Rimmel London, called Double Decker Red. So if anything, I think this might be the one that's closest in color to ASAP Apple, but as I'm looking at this, Double Decker Red seems to be ever so slightly more on the pink side. Not a whole lot, but like just a teeny tiny bit. So let's see. If I remember correctly, the last time I tested these Rimmel London ones out, they were almost like Crellies. So yeah, it's not bad. Okay, and I wasn't gonna bring this one over, but like, it just that I did. You know how sometimes in the nail polish community we talk about buying a polish intentionally because of the name? Let me promise you that was not the case here. I was so you know how I get with red polishes. I get very excited. I start putting them into my shopping cart before I even realize what they're called. And it wasn't until I bought this and I was sitting down at my gate looking through. I was like, okay, let me see what I actually bought. I was like, sexy who? So yeah. So there's that. But I just want to see how this compares here. Yeah, this one is even more like definitely on the more sheer side as well, but let's see. Okay, so put that there. So, you know, it might be the case that if I do want to, I can always get another one of these. Absolutely. That is no problem whatsoever. though, I don't always like the Sally Hansen Insta-Dri brush. It's a very long one, and I just feel very disconnected from my polish application. But you know, look how great this formula is in 2 coats, and that's why I don't wear this one as much anymore. I wore this a lot when I first got it because it was like one of the first polishes I ever owned. And I wore it because I'm like, I like the color red, but it took me a bit to realize like why it was that something about this red just wasn't clicking for me. And that was before I realized the impact that your undertones can have on how a color appears on you. And for me, as someone who has like a cool olive undertones, this here, now you can kind of see more of the difference with these two. ASAP Apple on its own, to me, reads as just pure red. However, in my opinion, it actually is ever so slightly more orange leaning. Just a little teeny bit, not a whole lot. Whereas Calabrian Pepper from Cracked is more cool, like blue base red, and that is why that's one that I tend to wear more often. I would like to have like a true red that's like you know, just bright, super bam in your face kind of red, but it's got to be one with it's tough. It has to have the right undertone, and it also has to have a good formula for me. And yeah, so you can see how this one again has it's very similar to ASAP Apple, but just a little bit more pink. And let's go back to Sexy Santa, I guess. Like, why does Santa have to be sexy? Like, he's bringing sexy back. Oh, wait, hold up. I said, okay, I did that wrong. You know what? I could just edit this out, but like, and you all would never know the difference, but I'm someone I'm a dork, and so we're going to be dorks together. So what did Santa bring somebody for Christmas? He brought sexy back. Yeah, what did Sexy Santa? Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Wait, but for real though, why is Sexy Santa the one I like the most? Hold up. That was not supposed to be the exercise here. I thought that I really went into this thinking, yeah, ASAP Apple, I liked it for what it was, but I'm not going to buy it again because I now know that it leans a little bit too orange for me. Double Decker Red, I'll wear that when I'm feeling nostalgic for London. Calabrian Pepper has been my go-to red, but like, okay, how about this though? Because Sexy Santa is still a little too sheer for me. What if I did, okay, I've got 2 coats of Calabrian Pepper here. That's giving me the opacity that I want. Let me put 1 coat of Sexy Santa over, why do I keep saying the name? Over Calabrian Pepper and see what that does. I think this might actually work. Oh. Okay, that's really nice. Y'all, okay. Dang, I should wear this tomorrow. I like this a lot. Okay, this is great, and I hope you all can see on camera what I'm seeing in person right here, but like, it just blows my mind when I think about the fact that like, when you just take a look at ASAP Apple in the bottle, it looks red, but then you look at it compared to some other reds and it looks more orange. So yeah, I guess my takeaway here is I need to wear Calabrian Pepper to get together with Sexy Santa. Y'all pray for me. Okay, well, all right, so now that we're done with these 3, we're gonna move on to 2 polishes from my backups that I'm using. The first polish I want to show you all that I am currently using a backup of is this is the original one here. This is Lurid Lacquer's Indomitable. So I'm not going to be, I just kind of had to show y'all how far down this was, but this is the bottle I am actively, there it is, Lurid Lacquer. This is the one I'm actively working from. It is a stunning shade of purple. It's one of, I think, Lurid's most iconic shades for good reason, and I enjoy it a lot. Now, as you can see, it is a little bit sheer when you first put it down on the first coat, and for me, as someone who does not like the appearance of visible nail line on myself, I do tend to wear this over a blurring base coat. Now, even then, so the reason I am swatching this out with a second swatch here is to show you, so this is how it's going to be when I wear it by itself, and here's like an option for kind of how to like layer and style it. So in one coat, there we go. Also, as I was getting during my little break in between the last segment and getting ready for this one, I may or may not have Googled the Rimmel London Sexy Santa to see if I could buy it here in the US, and oh no, I don't think I can. So if any of you know of a good dupe for this exact shade of red, please let me know. I'm gonna maybe actually take this swatch wheel or a swatch stick to the store and go on a hunt, or and see what I can find myself. But if I can't find it myself, y'all know what I have no problem doing. I'll see if I can make it myself. But first I want to see what might be out there as like a drugstore option. Okay, this is 2 coats here. Now what I'm going to do on the second coat, I think I showed this combination a long time ago when I was, I had a video that I'll link in the description where I was showing a possible dupe for Polish for Days, Goblins and Ghoulies, which I know came back for this year's PPU Rewind, but I filmed that video long before it was known that that was going to be the case. So if you want to do something different with Indomitable, here is Emily DeMolly's Key Drama, or any other like blue shimmer topper of your choice. This goes really well for working together with Indomitable. Now, you might be wondering, well, why am I putting this over just 1 coat of this and not just doing 2 coats and then Key Drama on top? You could, and I've absolutely tested it out that way myself. However, I've personally found that it, like, even if you're not going necessarily for a Goblins and Ghoulies look, it just gives a better overall finish look if you give like a sandwich approach to this, because of how you almost want that blue to appear that it's glowing from within and not necessarily glowing from on top. And yeah, but if you build up Indomitable in 3 coats on its own, here is how that looks. It is just such a striking shade of purple. I love this. And to finish up over here, just gonna, I know that wasn't completely dry, but you're getting the point here. So I'm someone who like the purple blue. Now, as much as I love Blurple, and y'all know I love Blurple, this particular like value of Blurple isn't one that I tend to reach towards or reach for a whole lot. I prefer my Blurples to be a lot darker. However, and this is why I don't own Goblins and Ghoulies, because I just know I wouldn't wear it a whole lot. But for times when I do want to have this kind of look, it's great to know that all I really need to do to scratch that itch is to do a sandwich with Indomitable and Key Drama. And yeah, it's a fantastic formula. It's great that Lurid Lacquer keeps this in stock. I don't know if always, but it's one of their most popular shades, if not the most popular, and it regularly is restocked. So if you're on the lookout for it, my recommendation, don't overpay for this in like a D-Stash or a Mercari or anything like that. Just sign up for the Lurid mailing list, or I think you can even go on their website and pull up the Indomitable listing, and if it happens to be out of stock, you can sign up for restock notifications. So yeah, let's go on to our last polish for this video. The final polish that I'm going to show y'all today comes from Atomic Polish. It is called Redrum. It is, I got this, this is the original bottle I got. The fill line is just like right above the atomic lettering there. I got this as part of July 2024 Polish Pickup Rewind, which I think for sure was like the first time I ever shopped with PPU. And I had no idea what PPU was. I had no idea what Rewind was. I was just like, there's polishes here and I can buy them, so I guess that's what we're doing. Cool. So let me tell you about Redrum. This is a polish that when I saw the swatch photos of it, I thought, oh, that is my shade of red. It is so sparkly. It is so just very stunning. And I just need a shimmery red like this in my collection. Emphasis being on red. However, when I got Redrum in the mail, I was a little disappointed because I looked at it in the bottom. I was like, that's orange. Now, this is where, once again, everyone's color perception is going to be different. It's going to maybe read differently depending on how it plays up against your skin tone. But for me, I wanted something that was like, again, I hate to say it, sexy Santa red, whereas this was a little bit more orangish. So you might be wondering, okay, Olivia, if that's the case, how is it that this is a polish you've used up so much? It's like in the backups area. Well, I came to love it. I loved it so much. I bought backups of it through Atomic, and they had a thing where you could like buy mystery over pours, and they said, you know, at the time when this was one of the options there, it wasn't a guarantee that you could get what you requested, but you could specify like preferences and things like that. And so I was able to get a few backups of Redrum. And I think why I came to love this was that once I realized that I could love it for what it actually was and not what I wanted it to be, that's where I truly found the joy in Redrum. Now I've got it here in 2 coats, and I want to say the last time I wore this, I'm just looking to see my finger behind here. Yeah, I wore this in 3 coats over a blurring base because y'all know me. I don't like visible nail line at all for myself. And so 3 coats almost got me there, but I just wanted to be extra thorough. So I'm going to bring this up to the 3rd. Yeah, you see the 3rd coat is where we really get that, like just compare the second, the 2 coats to 3. And, you know, if you were looking at this and thinking, surely 2 coats is enough, y'all, this needs the 3rd coat. 100%. That is where it just pops and comes alive and is just so fiery. As this is drying, I'll say I have an in-person work event coming up in a few weeks, and I'm going to be seeing some of my coworkers in person for the first time, and they know I'm really into nail polish, and it's going to be like a 3-day event thing, and I'm already starting to try to plan out like which polishes am I going to wear, and Redrum might be one of them because I love this one just so much. So if this is how it looks on its own, now you might be thinking, well, what do I do to kind of jazz it up a bit and to maybe make it lean a little bit more red? If you were guessing, my red reflective glitter topper, you would be right. Hear me out though. I know I put this on everything. Yes, I do. I find a way to make red reflective glitter work on anything and everything. But y'all, when I show you how this looks over Redrum, you will understand why. here we go. And hopefully this gets picked up in this light here. I think I've said this before the last time I wore this combination, but real talk, this is like either a Taki or a flaming hot Cheeto that's going to the club. Like, Redrum is great. It's stunning on its own, but y'all, when you add on the red reflective glitter, and not just any color reflective glitter, not just silver reflective glitter, it's got to be the red reflective glitter, because do you see how the red reflective, by the way, why did I get all quiet? Like, it's really good. The red reflective glitter just kind of like seeps into the background there, and it just feels like it's one with Redrum. This is so stunning. I am so glad I have this polish in my collection, and I mean, like, I love this. It is stunning. I'm so glad I've got backups of this. And yeah, so I think let's go ahead and get wrapped up. Yeah, so I had a lot of fun going down memory lane just now and revisiting these polishes, especially ones that I have not worn in quite some time, like Bitten. Like, y'all, I'm not kidding when I say I think it's been at least a year since I've worn that polish, and it's just been sitting there with that little bit left in there, and I'm just like, I know I need to use it at some point, but like, do I have to? And now I actually have a plan in place for being able to get some more use out of that. And it was also fun to kind of go down that tangent with the reds as well. And you know, I feel like my perfect red is out there somewhere. It's unfortunate that it's not ASAP Apple, but that polish did teach me a lot about how to work with nail polish, and for that I will forever be grateful. So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this new series. I'd love to hear as well for any of you who also have polishes that are getting down to the last drop. Like, how do you go about deciding if you're gonna buy them again or not? So be on the lookout for more videos in this series coming soon, as well as lots of other great stuff along the way. Y'all, you know me, like I paint my nails and I'm happy with the nail polish that I have on. Like, I was fully planning on repeating this like teal and orange look for tomorrow with like a different outfit underneath, but that red combination, and I put mascara flakes from Crack Polish on top of it, and y'all, it looks even better now. So I might have red nails tomorrow. Who knows? Anyway, as always, thank y'all so much for being here on this channel as part of this community, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.